By the way, I do want to tell everybody, we made reservations at the coolest restaurant this last weekend. It was called the Osteria Ragu. And we headed over to this hip Italian spot in Bloomington, Indiana, to find out we had actually made reservations at the Osteria Ragu in Chicago. Has anybody ever done this? The Bloomington location had little sympathy, but hey, even their dumpster salmon was pretty good.
Since 2020, we've done plenty of virtual comedy shows online, and though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin.
Welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. It's a Zoom meeting with jokes. So please turn on your camera, turn on your mic, unless you have barking dogs or a rabid moose in your living room, in which case, please mute yourself for Pete's sake, and let's have some fun.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring Steve Goodie and Brad Tassell. Tonight, Steve and Brad welcome comedian
Mark Skippy Price,
plus funny songs from
the great Luke Ski,
and a Patti melt from Patti Vasquez.
we hope.
And much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
Oh, welcome me, everybody. Hi. I'm going to try not to be blurry, but I think I am. I am Brad Tassell. This is the Virtual Comedy Show starring the impish Steve Goodie and the even impishier Patti Vasquez, everybody. Plus, this week, a special show. We have comedian and legend himself, Mark Price. Everybody clap for that. And joyous musical comedian Luke Ski. And before the show, we were talking, Mark does not remember, nor does Steve, that Mark Price showed up when we started setting the show up March 2020 and was on with us, not during the show, but to help set up and get the show together. And I can't believe, Mark and Steve, you don't remember that, because first of all, Mark never wore a shirt.
If two of us don't remember it and one of us does, who do you believe?
Well, I remember it because I was there, and I cannot get Mark Price without a shirt on out of my mind. So,
Brad, you are so white that you make me look ethnic.
That's right. That's right. By the way, Mark, I've wanted to ask you for years, what was it like working with Mark Yaffe?
The two Marks, Mark with the C, Mark Yaffe.
Mark and Mark. So, okay, well, enough of that, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, let's say, hey, it's Memorial Day, everybody. Yay. So we honor those that have died in the line of duty for this country in the military. I remember as a boy that I loved Memorial Day, the parade in my town, where the local scout troops would honor the fallen by making floats for the parade, which were basically flatbed trucks dragging a boat trailer with zero safety measures and 15 weeblos, trying to stay standing up while they threw pieces of hard candy at 3-year-olds' heads. It was fantastic. Freedom is what it's called. And by the way, I was on both sides of that little game. I started as a target, and then I ended up giving out some, wicked Jolly Rancher welts. Boy, I could tell you, I could knock a 4-year-old in the eye like nobody's. Plus, we would throw the candy in all directions. So it would be like on the street. And then kids would run out like in front of the Shriners go-kart antics and grab candy. It was fantastic. So again, let's honor those killed in battle and the couple hundred kids who never made it back from the parade route candy grab. Let's do that, everybody. So, okay. Well, that was a good start for the show. Let's get rid of this. All right. Now, let's honor all those who make it through these jokes, everybody. Let's start with this. Let's see. Where's number 3? Here it is. Hey, here's a surprise. All the MAGA dullards who bought Trump bucks were surprised when they found out they're worthless. Did you see that? Yeah. One real brain trust, John Amman, bought $2,200 worth of fake Trump money, took it to the bank to deposit the coins and bills for real patriots, and was livid when he was told Trump's face is not legal tender. Now, crazy. Now, there is no evidence that says Trump was connected to the scam, except for the fact that he promoted them personally. But take heart, yes. But take heart, Trump fans. If you want to cash in your Donnie dollars, bring them to Dealey Plaza in Dallas, and JFK Jr. will give you Elon Muskaloons in 2 weeks. And if only I was clear, that'd be more funny.
That was very funny.
That was very funny, but also I'm blurry. By the way,
White. You're so white, Brad. You are clear.
I am clear. That's right.
You're
That's right.
translucent.
Powder looks dark next to me. I think I have a joke about that song too. I think it's this background too. It's my grandma's basement. By the way, in response to Trump bucks being worthless and the MAGA mind-numbed spending millions on them, I'm offering Biden booty, by the way. Send me $10 and your Joe Cash will be worth at least 7 million more votes. All right. Hey, I haven't gone political in a while, have I? Okay, next up. Whoops, sorry. Whoopi Goldberg called American Idol the beginning of the end of society. Yeah. Which garnered a harsh response. I'd call it the last nail, said Satan. Not the beginning, it's the end of society. Henry Winkler, in an interview, talked about growing up dyslexic in the 50s. The actor said, don't. That's it. That's all I got on that one. Jane Fonda. Everybody loves Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda spoke openly this week while at the Cannes Film Festival about her co-stars from the past, both praising and being frank about their not so good qualities. She said Robert Redford hated kissing and always came to the set in a bad mood. She said Lee Marvin was always funny and always drunk. She said Katharine Hepburn never liked her. And in 1979, Michael Douglas told her to never make enemies. Michael should have talked to her in 1972, said every Vietnam veteran. Talked to her in 72. She'd have had a lot more fun. Okay. Hey, did anyone else know? Here's something. Did anyone else know that Scottie Pippen was in a big feud with Michael Jordan?
No.
Oh, look at you.
Yep.
You knew that? So only the rich people knew. He recently called Michael a horrible player. Isn't that wild? Yeah. Yeah. He then called Mother Teresa a huge bitch and accused Ted Lasso of being hate speech. So fantastic. By the way, the supposition on Scotty is he means that Michael was horrible to play with, as Jordan has a reputation of belittling players and being selfish on the court. Pippen agreed with that statement, saying, and Larry Bird will verify my words because us black guys got to stick together. So. And Larry Bird is the whitest guy in history. Well, I'm whiter than Larry Bird. But okay. Okay, well, that one I had a lot more faith in, but the beginning was good. Here we go. Hey, a bear not on cocaine entered the garage of a bakery in Avon, Connecticut, and ate 60 cupcakes. That's right. Employees at the bakery ran out as the bear came in and out 3 times from the garage. Finally, the bear left for good after no one would listen to the 2 times he tried to tell someone the cupcakes were dry.
Brad,
What?
that's not cocaine bear. That's the weed bear.
That's right. That's the weed bear. And by the way, residents at a local dairy are on alert for a bear looking for milk. So that's milk bear. Okay, that was number 9. You wanted to know. Hey, by the way, there were 67 instances of bears entering homes in Connecticut in 2022. 67 instances. Many of the bears refused to leave until the owners got them out by telling the animals how much their property taxes were. If you've been to Connecticut, they left immediately. That's good. Steve, what are yours?
I'm not even paying attention.
What are your property taxes?
Oh, that's really everyone's business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine are not bad. Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Man, am I blurry. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone paid tribute to Bruce Willis as a great actor, a man, and for his kindness, as the actor is, of course, retired because being diagnosed with aphasia. They wished Bruce well and gushed about his talents and his family. Bruce's family thanked the stars for their well wishes, but said for getting Bruce into Planet Hollywood, they will never forgive. Have you eaten there? Not good. Oh, this is exciting. Barbie will be coming out July 21.
Wow.
Yeah, not before me, said Ken. Okay. Somebody wrote these jokes. I don't know who. I take no responsibility. Chat GPT. Hey, you are a savant. Listen, service dog Justin, a service dog named Justin was given a diploma from Seton Hall University because the canine attended every class with owner Grace Mariani. So the school let the dog graduate too. Justin took the diploma to cheers from the crowd. Also given a diploma after SIGEP frat boy Corey Translate was Chat GPT for doing all his work. Look at that. Mark Price got it in before I did.
Yeah.
The mind reader. Huzzah. Hey, a Maine woman. Wow, this is crazy. A Maine woman brought a wild raccoon into Petco to get its nails trimmed, which is illegal and dangerous. But the woman insisted, saying, "This thing tore up my Gideon Bible." Elena has no idea.
Did she request gels? What color?
No idea. Rocky Raccoon went back to his room. Everybody. Only Bible.
We're gonna lose this show if you keep doing other people's songs.
I'm singing it live a cappella. It's okay.
All right.
Yes. Paul McCartney. Woobly woob. Going to sue you. Going to sue you. Going to take you down.
And Dana Carvey's gonna get you for that.
Yeah, for this bad. Yes, this bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Two more, and then we're going to do this thing. Hey, 9/11, not too bad. Pretty quick. Celine Dion has canceled her tour, sadly, after being diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. It's a neurological disorder that causes muscle rigidity and stiffness and is very painful. We all wish for the singer's well-being, with one band remarking, "Any trolls out there, leave Celine alone and make fun of us because we're used to it. Sincerely, Nickelback." I personally love Nickelback. So anyway,
They're gonna sue us too.
because they can take a hit. Rock star. Okay, and lastly, Steve's ready to jump in.
One hit.
Tina Turner passed away this week at age 83. She had moved to Switzerland almost 30 years ago to find peace. Now the queen of rock and roll is in heaven where there's no way she's going to see Ike.
Yep. Yes.
That was it, Steve. Come on in.
All right, hey, look, everybody.
Or bring Mark up, one of the two. Everybody.
Put up a big sign saying punchline when you do that.
But that kind of kills the whole point, doesn't it?
Speaking of killing the whole point, hi.
Hi.
Very nice to be here. One more round of applause for Brad. That was really great. I enjoyed that a whole lot.
From my grandma's basement.
Yeah. And now it's time for this.
Oh, crap.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
All right.
And one of the best traditions, in my opinion, of Memorial Day is the running of the annual Indianapolis 500. That happened yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And so tonight's top 10 category will be about that. But before I do this, I have to inform you of some cultural facts you might have forgotten if you're going to get all these stupid jokes. So here they are. It's a tradition after the Indy 500 that the winner drinks a glass of milk. Maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't. Paul Newman and David Letterman were and are big auto racing fans. Paul Newman had and still has a line of salad dressings. David Letterman began his TV career on NBC, and they split very much non-amicably. David now sports a Moses-like beard. Taylor Swift had a concert in Nashville, which was almost rained out, but her fans didn't care. And Nick Cannon is a celebrity who just fathered his 10th child. All right, enough. Let's go on. Tonight's top 10 category from the home office in Indianapolis this week. It's top 10 surprises at the Indianapolis 500. And here we go. Number 10. The Depends car had its right turn signal on the whole time. Number 9. The Taylor Swift car came in third after a 4-hour rain delay. Number 8. The NBC car ran over David Letterman's beard. I think that's my favorite. Number 7. Trying a new tradition, the winner drank a big glass of Paul Newman's Spicy Ranch. And you can take that the filthy way or the way I meant it. Number Number 6. Ironically, the winner got cholesterol poisoning and had to be rushed 500 miles to the nearest hospital. These are the top 10 surprises at the Indy 500. Number 5. The Republican car did the whole race in reverse and almost won anyway. In fact, they claim they did win. I'm way ahead of you.
Of course.
Number 4. The Elon Musk rocket car had to stop to recharge 12 times and then exploded. Okay, maybe that's my favorite. Number 3. The Nick Cannon car did quite well, even dragging 10 car seats and 50 Happy Meals and cranking Disney Plus. Number 2. The NRA car wouldn't start because they spent all their gas money buying Congress people. And the number 1 surprise at the Indy 500. They're still doing this drive around in a circle for 500 miles thing. I mean, okay.
You know, you didn't have to explain all that ahead of time.
I know.
I think you'd have been fine.
Well, we'll never know, will we? We will never know.
Yes, we will know, because you're going to do it again.
Yep, I will. In 3
Hey,
years,
find Luke.
in 3 years, when we've forgotten all about this, I will do it again. Here's Luke. I just found him.
There's
Everybody, it's the great Luke Ski.
Luke Ski.
Hey!
We got him.
I just
Hi,
figured I'd turn the noises off on my phone because chances are somebody's going to call me right when I'm about to start doing a song or something. So
Turn your phone
we
off.
learned that the hard way too.
Yeah.
For 20 episodes, it was ring, 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 ring. All right, here's the way we do it, Luke. We're gonna run an intro video that's about 10 seconds long. Then you're gonna do a song. I have no idea what you're gonna do, and then I got to reply to it somehow with another song. And then after that, you do a second song, and that'll be a lot of fun. Here
Outstanding.
we go.
It's our musical guest, Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest. It's time for our musical guest.
Ski.
hey, I know how to play Winnie the Pooh on the piano. That's about it, though.
I'm busted.
Winnie the Pooh.
Hey, Nick Cannon isn't the only one who blasts Disney Plus all the time. I mean, I'm always so. Thank you all. So, thank you, Steve and Brad and everybody for letting me be here. I'm going to do a song from my latest CD, which is entitled "Needlessly Meta." Look how serious I look. That's me on stage at MarsCon 2018, just checking to make sure the tech is working. But my mom snapped that picture, and it's so deep. So anyway,
very deep.
And
got a whole bunch of songs on here that have to do with me and my life, but of course it also has a bunch of song parodies on it that have to do with pop culture stuff because that is my jam. So this one is in tribute to specifically a show that was on the CW, but just to this particular character in general. And there's a little bit of intro on it that has our friend Chris Mazzalesta from Power Salad doing some lines, and my roommate Erica also doing some lines. So those are the other voices you'll hear when we get this thing started right about now.
Look, up in the sky! It's a bird! It's a plane! No, it's Supergirl! Man, don't you read Capcom magazine? That's not her real name. Well, what is her real name? Well, I'll tell ya.
She's Kara Zor-El. She's Kara Zor-El. She's flying through bullets, so invulnerable. To see her is to fall under her spell. She's Kara Zor-El. Her x-raying look, the ice in her breath. Ignorant criminals are scared half to death. All of National City thinks she's swell. She's Kara Zor-El. At first you see she's a catco. Meek and quiet like a little mouse. But seeing some bad guys, she'll shoot lasers from her eyes and throw Metallo through a local house. Not grumpy like Arrow and faster than Flash, she'll team up with legends and have a big bash. All of the multiverse's crises will quell with Kara Zor-El. Yeah! Woo!
Man, that Supergirl is so CW? Yeah, she's a kid. How about a clever woman? Comic wit. Cartoon wonderkind. Currently watching. Currently watching? She's standing right behind you.
Went flip mode on Mixius Pitlick. And grounded live wire with a shock. Down at the DO, black and blue was indigo. Beat Music Meister with a two-step bop. Compassion and heart, strength of Hercules. She's my own personal kryptonite, cause she's got me weak in the knees. The definition of a blonde bombshell. She's Kara Zor-El. Oh, she's Kara! She's Kara! She's Kara Zor-El. Yeah! Keep your cape on!
All
right.
That was great. Man, you really earn your moniker every single night.
I tried.
Now I got to answer that somehow, and quite honestly, I had to Google Kara Zor-El because I've never heard those two words in that order before.
Really?
I have no idea what's going on. But hey, Kara Zor-El, that first word has the word car in it. Russell watched TV after his high school graduation, 3 solid months of ESPN. Till his daddy told him, son, that's the end of your vacation. Go get a job, or we're gonna charge you rent. So Russell got a job, got fired that same day. A cashier he wasn't meant to be. Well, he went back to the couch, turned on the race, and he said, hot damn, now there's the job for me. So Russell got a loan and went to NASCAR school. And by the way, Sideways Eric is going to sing the chorus for us, where the future NASCAR drivers learn the one big NASCAR rule. Take it, Eric.
Go straight, take a left, go straight, take a left, go straight, go straight, take a left, go straight, take a left, go straight,
Perfect.
go
This
straight.
ain't rocket science. You can learn it in one day.
Go straight, take a left, go straight, take a left, go straight.
It's just like brain surgery if you take the brain away.
Go straight, take a left, go straight, take a left, go straight.
Drive round and round and round and round, and later you get paid. Go straight, take a left, go straight, take a left, go straight. It's just drive round and round and round and round, and later you get
lots of money.
Lots of money. Go straight, take a left, go straight, take a left, go straight. This ain't English lit. You don't gotta write a thesis. But if you make a wrong turn, Eric,
you're going right to Jesus.
So go straight, take a left, go straight, 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 go straight. I think I hit the wall. I'm on fire. Sideways Eric and Luke, thank you for the hand. That's fantastic. And now another song from the great Luke Ski. Hey, and everybody, Patty's here.
Time for a little bit of bragging. I have the distinction, until I am told otherwise, because he said it himself. I am the Dr. Demento Show's most requested act of the 21st century.
Wow.
Thank you. I have had the #1 song of the year on his show 5 times.
Wow.
The only person who's had more than that is that architect guy. So Nina's dad, that guy. This is one of the ones that was #1. It was for the year 2011, and Dr. Demento has said that of my songs, like this one, of the song parodies I've done, this one is his favorite. He thinks it was like, well, whatever. Enough bragging. Let's get to the song. Here we go.
Hey, Maestro, how's about a little tune to liven up the evening? That's what I like about you, Chuck. You really know how to throw a party. Ow! I've been kissed by a dog! I have dog germs! Get hot water! Get some disinfectant! Get some iodine!
Snoopy the dog! Snoopy the dog! From the streets of St. Paul come home about Snoopy the dog snoozing atop the doghouse. May play it Joe Cool, but I know my place as a world-famous World War I flying ace. 'Twas a dark and stormy night when I grabbed my ammo, faced a cursed red baron on my sop with camel. I'm living my life as I wish, and I do a happy dance when there's food in my dish. If Woodstock is ever under attack, I'll smack the cat next door because I got my birdies back. The king of all panel trips, use Rules United Figure Syndicate. What's my supper-loving name? Snoopy the dog. Snoopy the dog. Da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. It's the round-headed kid, sigh and a frown on the pitcher's mound. Good old Charlie Brown, gonna win the baseball game is his big belief. A line drive blew his clothes off again. Peppermint Patty calls him Chuck and thinks he's fine, but it's a little red-haired girl who gets his Valentine. Lucy's a thug, watch her lie like a rug. Pull the football away, flies and lands with her. No shock, he's a blockhead who always gets knocked. Christmas gets him down on Halloween, he got a rock. After losing yet another to the kite-eating tree, he says, why is everybody always picking on me? Snoopy the dog. Snoopy the dog. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 or more. The bloody red baron is throwing up the score. 80 men died trying to end that spree of the bloody red baron of Germany. Now Linus believes the gray pumpkin's in the air. The blanket Tony Thumbsucker just don't care. Sally's sweet baboo won't face the truth. Needs some help from the nickel psychiatry booth. Lucy's temper is huge. Begrudge a fuss budget who dislikes my pooch. Smooch. Thinks to Schroeder she's betrothed, but he just ignores a play in Beethoven. Stepping with Peppermint Patty, a tomboy with Marcy doting on her. But forget all them, cause there's no equal to me, the street beagle. What's my Charles Shelton name? Snoopy the dog. Snoopy the dog. Dog.
Why can't I have an ordinary dog like everybody else?
Thank you.
The great Luke Ski!
Yes.
That was great.
That was awesome.
Well done.
Yes, and you can find my stuff at basically on all my social media. I'm at the Great Luke Ski, all is one word, Lukeski. And I also, like I said, I have my new album. You want to get it on CD, you can get it at Bandcamp. If you want to just listen to it, it's on Bandcamp and Spotify and all the other places where you can listen to things. So
See what I like
thank you
about
all
Luke
so much.
is I don't have to ask him to say that stuff. He just says it.
Yeah, whose crotch is that above your head? That's the.
Another feather in my cap I can brag about is I was a storyboard artist and voice actor and writer on Cartoon Network's very own Mighty Magiswords.
Wow.
Yeah, so
you drew that crotch. That's nice.
I didn't. Actually, Kyle drew that specific crotch. I have drawn
Kyle's a crotch
many
drawer.
times,
I knew
though.
it. I knew it.
That's Vamber, one of the leads. She's my favorite character.
Fantastic.
And to throw in a plug for that, unfortunately, thanks to the David Zaslav, who completely ruined everything at Warner Brothers, you can't watch it on Max or Hulu. But if you want to actually pay money to watch it, you can pay to see episodes of Mighty Magiswords on like Amazon Prime and places like that.
Wow.
But if you see my name in the opening credits, that means I storyboarded it. If you see it in the closing credits, that means I did voices on it. So
Oh well, fantastic. Let's hear
I
it
think
again.
hilarious show.
Fantastic.
That is
Great,
awesome.
Created by our friend from the Funk.com TV's Kyle, the creator of the show and star and everything. It's just, anyway.
Hey, Luke, speaking of bragging, I just want you to know, Dr. Demento told me that my NASCAR song, he says that's the song of yours that I hate the least.
Hey, and Dr. Demento told me, who are you?
Yeah. More time for Luke Ski, everybody!
Hey, speaking of people we know who they are, let's see if he actually is in his picture. Nope, he's gone, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen,
It was
Wait a minute, I'm
Mark
here.
Price.
Price is back.
Hey!
Ironically, he's back, but it's his front.
That's oh god. So, okay, so we're going to Steve, what are we gonna do?
Here's what we're going to do, Mark. We're going to play an intro for you. Then you're going to do 10 minutes of awesome stand-up. Yay! Here we go.
Intro.
It's time for our big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Monday. Yeah.
Skippy Price.
So what's busier, the audience for this show or Steve's shirt?
Who knows?
We worked in the 90s, Steve, and is that in fact the very shirt you really wore, or are you just messing with my head?
Both.
I'm a former child actor. People know me as Skippy from the show Family Ties. I grew up in Hollywood in the 80s.
Oh dear.
And Mike Jackson never touched me. Come on, Mom!
Can't get a
My
break.
mom never dropped me off at the ranch. Thank you, Mom. And I'm insulted, really, because is little Webster that much cuter than me? Hashtag. So I had to do any humiliating reality TV. Let's hear it for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
I take humiliating gigs like this instead for tens of. I just hope there's as many people watching as the temperature. That's my only request in showbiz. It's 70 here in LA. By the way, I am in LA where all the crazy liberals live. There's something in the kale. I'm always like, take a nap. Somebody mentioned earlier, gender neutral. I'm old fashioned. I'm a stick shift.
Okay.
I wrote that earlier that I just said it right now. Don't cancel me for that joke, please. But you can't cancel me because I was already canceled in the 90s, and you can't cancel someone twice. It's like a murder trial, like double indemnity or whatever they call it.
Indemnity.
Double
Jeopardy.
I went to school on the set. What do you think? My mom was a cop too, by the way. I should know this stuff. For serious, my mom really was a cop growing up. She had a Glock in her purse, and you don't talk back to your mom. Which I'm serious. In the 1970s, she made her way through the police academy. She was one of the first female officers on the force. You guys didn't know that, did you?
No.
It's a big deal, and she was a badass. She wore a bulletproof bra, and other kids could come home drunk, and their parents wouldn't have a clue. But my mom was trained in these matters. And she could get air samples to the lab and get results back before noon. It was like CSI, my mommy. She'd come into my bedroom. I was a teenager, right? And she'd look it over with one of those little blue lights from the detective shows on TV. I was a teenager. It looked like I was painting. My stepfather growing up was an alcoholic, and I don't know where everybody's watching from, but most dads are alcoholics, I guess. And I remember I innocently asked, "What's a Phillips screwdriver?" And he said, "Milk of magnesia and vodka." Started doing the rest of my act. I'm sorry. My stepdad, very nice man, by the way, totally turned his life around, and I'm not even sure he was ever really an alcoholic. That was just for the joke. So let's talk about technology a little bit, all right? Because we're watching this on the internet, if we're watching, and everybody does this all day. That's all we do. We sit there, I do it, everybody does it. We do this, we do that, we do this. And we're going to look back at this point in history as absurd. That's my theory, that we're going to look back. It'll be like 8-track tapes. Remember when we used to do this? Now it's built into our eyeballs. Hold on. Ready to go? I'll like this post. Okay, let's go. I went out on a date and the girl was doing that during the date. Is that rude? Yeah. When she came over, I had to instant messenger her on Facebook to see what she wanted to order. And a salad, dressing up a salad. She Googled me at the table. That sounds exciting, but she actually looked me up on Google at the table. And that is too much for a first date. She's like, "You're in your 50s?" No, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Check MySpace. I'm 20. You know I'm old if I'm still on MySpace. My naked body is like MySpace. Used to be very popular. All right. So there's another site that I like. When you Google me, okay, the first thing that comes up is like washedupcelebrities.com or something like that. True story. And then, but the second thing that comes up is celebrityworth.net. Now, according to celebrityworth.net, I'm worth $2 million.
Nice.
And accurate, it's just off by $2 million. Difficult to date in LA because they don't like a cheap broke guy in LA. They don't like that where you guys are watching from either, but they put up with it. In LA, and models and the only time they think about anybody else is when they're having sex with me. No, I can't. I'm one of those guys. I'm sure some of my friends here on this show know exactly what it means. Steven, and this means you. Maybe you, Brad. I can't go to an expensive restaurant on a date. I have panic attacks. I can't afford it. I go, it's too much. I don't want to waste the money. The waiter comes over. They get descriptive about the specials, and I start to have panic attacks. The Chilean sea bass is lightly drizzled in a cream butter sauce, hand massaged and serenaded by the Harlem Boys Choir. Market price. That means bend over. I think I'm familiar with that terminology. Market price. What does that mean, market price? Does that mean you can haggle? I'll give you $14 for that steak. So finally, I'm like, okay, I found something here that's just my speed right here. I'll have the add chicken. All right, why don't I close with that for now? Man, to see you, Brad, and to see you, Steven.
Oh,
and
crap.
it's been too long. It's been too long. We have to get on the road again. And,
Wait, where'd you go?
This happens every time we do this at the same time. Mark, Skippy Price, everybody!
Well, let's bring him back.
He'll be back as soon as Brad finds
Where
him.
is he?
I don't know.
I'm still here. But Brad,
There he is.
There he is.
No, okay. So three
1970s
things.
Basement is I want to live there. Can I move in?
Where?
Your basement.
Your parents'
that'd be nice.
1970s.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yes, yes.
I have,
Yes,
some
Steve.
I have some very good news for you, Mark.
What's that?
You ready? Look at this. You're now worth $3 million.
Yay!
You're welcome.
Don't trust celebrityworth.net. That's the moral of it.
Well, you could make up to tens of dollars from this show.
Don't trust me. Don't go nuts, but it's possible.
Don't go nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark, where are you going? You and Mark are traveling. What are you doing?
Yeah, so Mark Yaffe and I are meeting up in the Pacific Northwest. We just got back from Alaska and Colorado touring, and anybody can go to ijoke.com and check out the schedule. If around the country, we're going to be all over before Christmas.
Were you working with Jimmy Walker? No, was that?
I do Legends of sitcom shows. I just did one with Steve Heitner, who played Kenny Bania on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And I like to do those with different guys because there's so many guys from sitcoms who are great comedians. One of my favorites is Gary Valentine from King of Queens. A lot of people know him as playing the cousin of Doug James on the show, but they don't realize he's his real life brother. I know you guys know that, but most of the people.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's so you know that. You didn't know that?
I don't even know what my property taxes are.
Have you ever thought about working cruises at all?
Yeah, I've worked some cruises. I'm a cruise. I would love to cruise more. I've done it. Okay. I like the one. Yeah,
I would work cruises, but I have nothing to wear.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
Well, that stopped that discussion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Holland America, the best cruise ships I ever worked on. The food, delicious, and those beautiful black bottoms.
What cruise line?
Holland America, I think he said.
Oh, Holland America. Holland America does have the best food. So, okay.
Hey,
America, guess what? Speaking of Holland America, it's Patti, everybody. Yay!
Hey, Patti!
Hi, Patti. Turn on your mic.
Welcome back.
Your mic's off.
Your mic.
What?
There you go.
What? How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. I used to race. Okay, I'm just a dork. I used to race home to watch Family Ties, and I love Skip. Skip is adorable. Anyway,
wait a minute.
hi,
Hold on.
everyone.
Hold on.
I'm
I want to bring
blushing.
Skippy back.
Hello there.
Skippy back.
Mark. Hi, Mark.
There's something I wanted
Mark,
to say.
Steve can't find him for some reason.
I found him.
That's all right. This is wonderful. This is really just.
My Skippy's barking right now. Hold on.
Show the dog. Show the dog.
Wait, where'd he go?
That sounded rude. Do you want to meet my Skippy? Come here.
Okay.
The dog go.
Oh, he's got a dog.
Go. Dog go.
Skippy the dog.
Aww.
That's Skippy number 6, actually.
Now,
Aww.
here's what I wanted to say. I often ask people television trivia questions because I'm a dork.
Oh,
and my favorite one to ask people, see if you can get this. Can you name a sitcom theme song in the entire history of sitcoms that in the lyrics has a quadruple negative?
Family Ties.
That's correct.
Don't go.
Good guess.
Because there ain't no nothing we can't love each other through.
I only knew it because it had to be that.
It had to be, right.
Yes,
so anyway,
had to
thank
be
you for
that,
letting me do that. And now we're going to go to Patti.
You want to fawn more, Patti, before we go?
I would love to fawn. I'm just really super
Fawn
excited.
later. Fawn later.
I'll fawn later.
Oh, Lord.
Fawn later was my prom
Johnny
date.
Mathis.
Yeah. Oh, God.
The third season. It was just studio singers originally.
Let's do this. Here we go.
Okay.
It's time for a Patti melt. With Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses. She's melting down. It's a Patti Vasquez. Patti melt. Melting and fawning.
I'll fawn later. What was I planning to talk about? Well, it was a great day for Memorial Day, and of course, you know, at we went to the parades. We celebrated the veterans in our neighborhood. We remembered our fallen, and I still would like to scream about crazy people because that's what we do. That's what I do on these Monday Patti melts. But I don't know if everyone saw the story, and I missed the beginning, so maybe someone talked about the Korean airline that had to a passenger opened the emergency exit as they were landing. I mean, I have been in some big fights with my husband. I have never been like, I am taking this whole plane down. We're all going down. And the thing is, the guy was in the emergency exit row, right? And I, as you probably would imagine, I'm the person that when I'm sitting in the emergency exit row, I read the instructions. I follow the flight attendant while they're doing the emergency exits. And by the way, I freak out flight attendants because I'm the only person that makes eye contact with them. They're like, why are you looking at me? No one ever looks while I'm doing this. If you are sitting in the emergency aisle, you have to wear, I don't want to see flip-flops. I don't want to see heels. I want combat boots. I want gym shoes, construction boots, whatever it is that can help us off the plane. I don't like these folks that just want extra leg room. I had a flight one time where a guy asked for the emergency exit row, right? He was traveling with his daughter. You know how I know that? Because they sat her next to me. Because if you're a mom, you're more than happy to take care of somebody else's kids. Yeah. You guys know about Declan. Hey, Skip, my son has severe disabilities and he doesn't talk. And he was about 8 years old at the time. And she kept reaching across me, like poking him, like, well, why doesn't he talk? Why doesn't he say something?
Oh my God.
Yo, yeah. I was grabbing the flag and I'm like, get this kid away from me. I got enough problems. And what was this guy's plan? He's in the emergency exit row. And if we have an emergency, what's he planning on doing? Like just jumping out, leaving his daughter with me? That would have been fun. What I'm saying is, if you're in the emergency row, I can kind of see why you want to open the door mid-flight because some of these people on the planes are assholes. I'm just saying. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
You did it again.
Now I'm going to fawn over her now that I see how funny she is.
No fun.
Now, what happened, Steve? What are you doing? Where's Patti?
We've only been doing this 3 years. We still don't understand Zoom.
Okay. By the way, so Mark, if you want to fawn over Patti, go over your history for the past 40 years, and then he'll do a telethon for you.
There'll be some
fantastic.
Where do you want me to start? Which highlight would you like? You want me to go to?
Pick a tragedy in the last 30 years. Anything that's.
Sure. I think the headlines are always going to be Patti's brother was murdered by John Wayne Gacy. Was that the one you?
That's one of the headlines.
That's probably the one. Yeah.
You lost your mom in Mexico City. I think that's another.
But I got her back, so not quite.
Yeah, no, that's the tragedy. You found her.
Mark's probably like, I'm sorry, what just happened? Yeah, that's his reaction, by the way.
He'll read the book when it comes out. He'll read the book.
I started knitting.
So, Patti, what are you making for dinner and where are you working?
I ordered out tonight. It was actually this great restaurant. Steve had a capastrami, which had coleslaw and pastrami on it. I had a chicken parm sandwich. What was your other question?
Was it Osteria Ragu? Because you might have taken my reservation.
I apologize for that.
Nobody remembers the first.
How did you get into my kitchen? That's what I used to have that wood paneling. Are you at the Brady?
I'm in my grandma's. It's 80s night, so I'm in my grandma's.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I'm wearing kind of. Yeah. So,
hey guys, millennials are constantly complaining that they have to live in their parents' basement, and I say, I wish I could live in my parents' basement. The people who live there now would be pissed.
I also want to live in Skippy's parents' basement.
If somebody
How is Mark Price on this show? Hi.
I've seen him with his shirt off too many times.
Brad, that makes sense.
Patti, real quick.
Yes.
When we started this show, before you ever showed up, in March 2020, even though they remember, Mark got a hold of me and said, "Hey, are you doing some online thing?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Can I see what's going on?" So for the first like 3 days of us, Steve and I, we were trying to put this show together. Mark sat here with us, working out how we were going to do stuff, shirtless, by the way. And then he said he'd be on the show, and then he bailed on us 5 minutes ahead, like 6 times.
Patty, that's how you got the gig. That's how you got the gig, Patty.
Patty, neither Mark nor I can remember any of this.
Yes, and neither here Mark remember any of this. So
That's all right. That's all right, Mark. I bailed on the show last week, right before my set.
you did, and the week before you were sick, so we had. By the way, we had Carla Ulbrich standing into melt. By the way, let's hear it for Carla, everybody.
Carla.
So
And
okay,
Carla.
get rid of Patty. I think that's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, get rid of me.
Bye, Patty.
And I want to say love your guts to Patty and to all you guys. Steve and Brad, thank you. What can I say?
I think Mark's leaving, everybody. Bye, Mark.
We're not done yet, but Mark's leaving.
Mark, you can leave. You don't have to sit here and wait. So
Love your guts.
I'm going to ask you questions
The opposite
later.
of hate your guts. It's a very loving, positive thing. Love your guts.
Love your guts. Well, and you're good to leave now, because as soon as this show's over, you're going to have a bunch of people start throwing questions you've answered a million times, like how's Biff? Because they have no idea that you weren't in Back to the Future. So you're best to leave now. It's very smart. Mark Price, everybody. Let's hear it for him.
Thank you for being a positive role model for nerds everywhere.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay,
right.
Steve, you're doing a thing?
Time for this.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
Oddly, once again, there is kind of a reason for this, because Luke's last song reminded me of this song, which I don't think I've ever played on this show. Never done before. And you know me, I'm always repeating myself because I can't be bothered to write new stuff. So I got to admit, I didn't write this one, but my good friend Ty Hager did write this one, and he's the one I co-wrote the NASCAR song. So anyway, hearkening back to Luke's song about dogs, here's this. Could have swore it was a pretty good relationship, but looking back, I could see I was full of it. She may have been a real nice trip, but she treated me like a dog. From the time she took me off the street and fed me and gave me a place to sleep, she owned me. It was pretty neat, but she treated me like a dog. She'd say, roll over, and then she'd pat my head. And it's funny, 'cause I gave her the bone and she played dead. She'd say, roll over, down, boy, down. Now I'm still begging, she's still wagging that tail around. That's what we have for that.
Play the next thing.
It's time for Brad to beg for money.
Brad begs for money. Hey, we need your money. We don't charge a cover for a 2-drink minimum, so what did you expect, Jack?
Now, this is serious. I need everyone to go to virtualcomedyshow.com and click donate to the comedians, because I think Patty's bailing. I think anybody else?
Find Skippy.
She's going to go find Skippy and move on with her life. And please do that. Also, if you give us money, I'll be less blurry. I think that'll be part of it too. Also, Mark Price, we found out, does not have $2 million. We need to get him back to that.
Intellectually insecure. You're not emotionally strong enough. You lack killer instinct. You're wet. You're green. You're intellectually.
Somebody's watching the news. If you go to,
you're green. You're intellectually insecure. You're not emotionally strong enough.
What is that?
You lack killer instinct. You're wet. You're green. You're intellectually insecure.
You got it.
Thank you.
By the way, yes, Mason, you missed 90% of the show. It's over. I apologize, Mason.
You can watch it
whoever you
later.
are, I apologize. Mason
Watch
just
it on the
asked
replay.
if he missed. Yeah, you can go to comedian Brad Tassell and watch the whole show. It'll be on YouTube tomorrow, but go to comedian Brad Tassell and donate to
On
the
Facebook.
show, and I will send it to you personally if you like. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com, donate to the show, and you can get me out of my grandma's basement, which everyone seems to want to move to a basement right now for some reason. And donate at virtualcomedyshow.com, and we will burn Steve's shit. I think that will be the main thing right there. Okay, Steve, play it. Let's finish it. Let's get out of here.
Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Worst joke. Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
I don't know if this is a joke, but I've been following the debt limit fight, and it seems that Biden and McCarthy have come to an agreement. Compromises are there on both sides. Biden gave up some of the money for the IRS, and McCarthy gave up making homeless vets work for any federal help. Let me repeat that, everybody. McCarthy acquiesced and won't make homeless veterans work to receive federal aid. Now, McCarthy did say, but you better know I ain't giving no food stamps to those lazy, shiftless 9-year-olds. They better get a job. Let's go, everybody. No joke.
Hey, that was the virtual comedy show. We learned a lot of stuff we didn't need to know. Like a yam is the same as a sweet potato. That's what you get when you watch this show. Fascinating, isn't it? We have a lot of fun at the virtual comedy show. It's better than sitting home playing with your toes or going to the dump to watch stuff decompose. Keep coming back to the virtual comedy show. We hope you enjoyed the virtual comedy show. You don't have to dress up, no, 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 no. You can be like Brad and go commando. Every Monday it's the virtual comedy show. See you Monday at the virtual comedy show. It's at www.virtualcomedyshow.com. That's right.
You missed Mark.